For my overall Parakeet slime shop review, I am giving her a... Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be reviewing some Parakeet slimes. I got this nice big box from her, and yeah, let's open this right up and get into it. While I'm opening this box, I would just like to address a few things. I put on my story a while back if I should get Parakeet Slimes Oreo Milk in a 32 ounce or Slime by Jacqueline Twinkie Bread in a 32 ounce. The votes showed that I should get Oreo Milk, so I went with that. I was going for the Oreo Milk 32 ounce and I had $50 to spend, but when I was going to pay, I realized that the slime was totaled $49.99 without shipping. Okay everyone, so for this next part, I'm going to be debunking the 32 ounce price. Now, I did ask you on my Instagram stories if I should leave this part in because I didn't know if it was like disrespectful or anything, but you guys were actually interested and the votes showed that you wanted to keep it in. And I just wanted to address that this isn't any like hate towards prices because I know prices are set in a way that they need to be set, and nothing is really just overpriced just for no reason. But for this, I just didn't know what the reason was, and I just wanted to say how much I think that she was profiting from it, but then again, I did include some options of why she's profiting that much, and you can see those all in this clip. Also, I did get a screenshot from someone's story, and it was saying, it was talking about slime prices and how they are priced and everything that goes into them, and I had a lot of the stuff on that list and almost everything that applied for this slime. This price seemed really off to me because I had tried the week before and I thought that my total had come out less than $50 with shipping that time, but I'm not exactly sure. So I did some calculations and found out how much it would be if I made an Oreo milk slime using some of the shops that I buy from and some of the places that I know that she buys from. So from anywhere from gallons to the scent to the container to some extra supplies like the glitter, the lotion, business cards, labels, boxes, everything that you could think of to make that 32 ounce slime. I found the unit price, which is the price for just how much it would be to make that slime. So for example, for the glue, she actually uses school glue, which tends to be $21. So this price was lower than it would have actually been. Makes 4 32 ounces, so I divided the cost by 4 and I got that, which is the price of how much glue it would take to make a 32 ounce slime. After all of these calculations, I found out that it totals about $20.92. There's a $29.07 gap between the two prices. I'm not exactly sure what she uses this $29 for. I don't know if it goes back into buying another one of these, which would leave her with about $8. So if that is the case, then this price totally makes sense. But if that's not the case, then I would just like to know where all of this money is going towards. I just wanted to address that issue, and that is not at all intended to be hate. I was getting some DMs about why I didn't buy a 32 ounce when I released the receipt of this order, and I just wanted to address that just to let you guys know. So as you can see, besides the slimes, we get a nice... As you can see, besides the slime, these are all the extras that are sent. Here's a business card with some slime care on it. Also included was Skittles and a Lifesaver gummy. Because I did order 3 slimes, I did get this free extra slime, which has the included borax baggie on top. Here are the 3 slimes that I ordered. We have Oreo milk in a 6 ounce for $12.50. Also, party milk in a 6 ounce for $12.50. And lastly, Fluffernutter in an 8 ounce for $16.50. I'm very intrigued on what the slime is. There's no like label on it or anything, so I want to open this one up first. Not gonna lie, when I first opened this one up, I thought it smelled like Chipotle Guacamole, which is kind of weird, because it is brown. I think it's too lightly scented to really tell exactly what it is, but I'm getting some like chocolatey or sweetness vibes from it, but I'm not sure. But I definitely do love these containers. Like, this is so cute and fun. Before I do dive into this slime, I do have some handy dandy activator on hand, and that is definitely a must for any new packaging opening, and whenever you're playing the slime, really, because you don't want a huge mess to happen and have no activator on hand. That's enough said, let's get into the slime. Oh, there's a big air bubble on top. It is definitely a little cold because it is freezing out right now with snow on the ground. I'm curious to see if this inflates. So let's do the test. Okay, that's a minute up and definitely got airier, and I feel like it is a lot fluffier and softer. So definitely not the most inflation I've ever seen, but there is still some. Overall, for an extra slime, I think this is very generous because this is a butter slime and clay is not cheap. So I definitely love that she included this. Overall, I'm giving this slime an 8.5 out of 10, mainly because I can't find a scent in it, but this is still a very good slime. I feel like that slime definitely did inflate because now I really can't like close this container. It is not a screw top lid and it doesn't really have like a lock-in mechanism, so that is kind of a minus of these containers, but I still love the gesture of giving a free slime. The first real slime that I ordered is Party Milk, so let's get started with that one. One thing that everyone knows about Parakeet slimes is that she is known for her milk slimes. I definitely get a Fruit Loops scent from this. Okay, initial thoughts, it's really thick. I love the scent of it. And it's super glossy. Also, I love that bead combo, like that's so fun. Okay, even though I did have this near my heater, it is still cold, so do keep that in mind when I'm playing with these. They definitely will soften up as they get warmer. The scent is definitely not super strong. Like, I'm about, I don't know, 3 feet away from the slime and I can't smell it. Which some people like, some people don't. Something to note about these clay charms is that they are a little sharp, but I did see her making video of these and I do know that they are like expected to be sharp, and I know that polymer clay definitely is not the softest material, but it does add a nice, like, I don't know, texture and look to the slime, but just keep that in mind that it is a little sharp. Overall, I would give this slime a 9 out of 10 because I love the scent of it and it's super thick. I love the texture. However, those clay pieces were a little too sharp for me. Up next, I'm going to do Fluff and Udder because I definitely want to save Oreo Milk for last because that was originally the only slime I was going to be buying. Okay, this slime is very faintly scented marshmallow. I have a perfect marshmallow scent and I love it, and it's actually a little overpowering, but this one is kind of not really there. Maybe if I start playing with the slime, I hope it will start to come through more. Okay, this is definitely a very dense butter slime. Almost a little too dense.
What?
Which I didn't think could be a thing. But she did say she used over 40 clays in this, I think. So we'll see. Oh, okay. The slime is a little tough to stretch. And I'm not trying to over-exaggerate, like, this is just a little stiff. Also, I can't tell if there's a hair in this, but I think I feel a hair in this. Okay, so there was one video of this slime that really showed how, like, extremely, like, airy and, like, I don't know, just, like, super bubbly the slime gets that she posted, and I thought it was one of her best videos she's ever posted, and that really made me want to get this slime. But I don't know, I'm just not having that same experience with this. I will say that if you play with it, like, a lot, like, super, like, just keep stretching it, then you do get that same experience. Sorry, the lighting's so bad. But, yeah, you just have to stretch it just a lot. It could just be that it's cold, but this one honestly feels pretty room temperature, I guess. Okay, I'll stop talking and I'll stretch the slime for a minute. Okay, so this is about 2 minutes of stretching, and I definitely feel like it started to get that super bubbly texture that I saw in the video. Okay, just from popping those bubbles, I feel like this has definitely gotten a lot fluffier and a lot more what she advertised it as. This honestly reminds me of some of the fluffy slimes that I made. It's just this one's super dense and has some clay in it. But I feel like it's almost like a fluffy slime base. But I don't know. It might just be one of the clays. I would like to know some of the clays that she's using in this, because she said she's using 40, and I honestly can't even name probably more than even 10 off the top of my head. So, Marisa, I know you don't want to expose yourself, but like, 40 seems like a lot. And that definitely does explain why this is super dense. This honestly didn't live up to what I thought it would be in the videos. But honestly, it's still a great slime. Like, I feel like I would definitely be playing with the slime when I'm playing with homework, when I'm doing my homework. So for now, I'm going to be giving this slime a 7 out of 10, just because I really didn't get a smell out of it. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. It was a little too hard to stretch, but overall, I still really did enjoy this slime. I will be updating if this slime gets better on my Instagram stories, or maybe even an Instagram post. So make sure to follow Scholarship Slimes. I'll be in the description. So yeah, if you do want to see these updates. So this slime definitely does feel fluffier from the start, so I definitely think that this one inflated. Let's just see how much this inflated. And this one is not like one of those like super airy inflations. Like, you don't see a ton of those little air bubbles. That's still like a lot of inflation. Like, hello? Oh my god. Last but not least, the one I've been waiting for, Oreo milk. This was the one that I was going to get right from the get-go, so let's take a look at it. Okay, she does talk about the scent of this one a lot, and she says that there's a good Oreo scent and there's a bad Oreo scent. I have a birthday cake Oreo slime, and I have another Oreo McFlurry slime, and both of those slimes smell amazing and smell just like Oreos, but this one I'm just having trouble finding that scent. For across the board, I definitely feel like her scents aren't really there, which can take away from the experience. I don't know, I was just expecting more of a scent. I don't know. Can we just like talk about that? Like, hello?
Yeah, hello, 911?
And it's like staying there, like nothing's moved. Just look at that, like that looks like crushed up Oreos. Like, oh, I don't know what it smells like, but for this one and for also party milk, they have like a weird scent to them. Like, it's like you're hit with something and then you're hit with the scent that it's supposed to be. But for this one, I can't like really smell Oreo. Not exactly sure why, but this one sounds like almost plasticky. Okay, so I've kind of been silent because I'm trying to, like, come up with something to say about this. It's not that it's bad, but it's just that the texture is just not exactly like party milk, and I'm not sure if it's all the glitters in there because there's so many, like, fine and not very fine. I don't know. How would you describe the bigger glitters? Yeah, black glitter is in there. I don't know. This one just, like, wasn't living up to what I was expecting of it, scent-wise and a little bit texture-wise, but I still really do like this texture. Like, this is a thick slime, y'all. Oh my god, why did you say y'all? As you can see, like, it doesn't move. Like, if I were to just, like... Okay, that was a bad example. Like, if I were to just, like, poke it. Like, those marks are not going anywhere anytime soon. So overall for this slime, I'm really just confused. I don't know what that scent is because it's not Oreo, and I've smelled the Oreos before. Smelled the Oreo. I don't think it's very strong Oreo, and I thought that if I played with it, maybe that would, like, activate the scent somehow, but really I just couldn't. I don't know. It just wasn't shining to me. So definitely just across the board recommendation for Marisa. Just add more scent to your slime. So overall I am giving this slime a 7 out of 10 because the scent just wasn't there for me. The texture was just a little plasticky as I described at the start. And this is warm. Like, my hands are super warm. Ask anybody who's, like, touched my hands before. I'm just known to have, like, super warm hands. So this is definitely a warmed up slime, but it's just a little plasticky. And the texture is just a little off. I would have loved it if this was more of a party milk texture because that one was golden. For my overall Parakeet Slime Shop review, I am giving her a 8 out of 10. I think her slimes were definitely really good, but they did have a few flaws to them that could have some simple fixes. Just one last disclaimer, I did buy all of these slimes with my own money. Thank you so much for watching this video. In the comments, let me know if you've ever purchased from Parakeet Slimes, and if you have, what are your thoughts on the slimes? What slime did you get? And if you haven't purchased from her, what are your just overall thoughts on her slime? Or her. Who knows? Spill all the tea in those comments. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!